Okay, here's a look at the market for Tuesday, November the 9th, 2010. At E-mini Day Trader, of course, we like to use the market profiles to gauge the condition of the market. And you can see here that this was the market profile from the overnight session. And the big guy over here is the one that occurred today during the regular trading hours only. And so going into today, when the market closed approximately here yesterday, I had mentioned that the low that was formed today would likely act as support. And overnight, the market came down and took it out by just one tick, and then had a really nice rally, really for the rest of the Globex session. And as you can see, the RTH, or regular trading hours, opened right here. And this high that was formed overnight came within just two ticks of the recent high. And then what the market did in the regular trading hours, it actually exceeded that recent high by one tick, and then turned right around and basically sold off for the rest of the day. Now, our support area in here did offer us a quick trade. It did have a bit of a bounce here at this level of support in the regular trading hours. But after doing that, it came all the way down to the next support, which was at 1206.50, and then had a nice bounce to finish the day. So we don't think this is a game changer at all. The market is still in an intraday up auction. However, we are looking right around the 1212 area as likely resistance, anywhere really from 1212 to 1213, right about in here, as likely resistance right now, or the most immediate resistance, and of course down here is support. After that, the market could rally if it were to find some buying strength, potentially right all the way back up to 22. So that would be the next main area of resistance up there. So we also like to use the market profiles that are created during the regular trading hours only. So this is just the last 4 days because we had that big up move late last week. So it's just Thursday and Friday of last week and Monday and Tuesday of this week. As far as our trades were concerned today, we actually had 6 trades that we took and 7 were triggered. So I'll just draw a square around each of the short trades that were set up, and you can see them all right here. There's the ones that happened really late, we weren't able to get in those, but those were all of the short trades. And here's the long trades, which are identified with the blue up arrow. And as you can see, we only had 2 of those trades today. The first one we did take, which was a long in here, it did come up and hit our first objective, but that was it. So we ended up with a break even on the first trade. The second and third trades that occurred here were interesting. The first one here really went sideways on us, and we ended up just with a scratch on that trade. But you can see this next one here had a nice, these are, as you know, these had dashed, if you haven't seen this before, then these dashed either red lines or blue lines. The red lines is when a short trade is set up and we wait for the price to come in and get us into that trade. There's no real blue lines here today because of the only 2 triggered. So this second trade here basically scratched. The third one that we got in right here, it did hit our first objective and bounce on us to stop us out at break even before it had this nice down move. So somewhat unfortunate there. That's just kind of how it goes sometimes. This trade in here was a scratch. It went sideways for 10 minutes. And then we got out of it, and so that was our 4th trade of the day. Our 5th trade was this short here. You can see the dash red line had a nice entry here, immediately dropped 2 points in our favor, so nice profit on that trade. This was the 6th trade here. This was the one that we did not take. With such a dark red filter, we really need to be butted up for the first time against the support area. The 1212 was a support area, 1212, 1213, but the market had already come down earlier on it, and we like to get in on those the first time as opposed to the 3rd and 4th, which is what this was. So that 6th trade there was, even though it was set up and triggered, it was not taken, And then this was our 7th trade here, or the 6th one that we actually took, which was a nice short trade right in here, and immediately dropped, but I think it was 2.5 points in our favor. Actually, I'm sorry, it was more than that. It dropped all the way down, and easily reaching our first two objectives with a nice 2.25 point gain on the final partial on that trade. So out of all the trades we took today, these 6 trades, 5 of them were shorts and 1 of them was a long. And that's still within the context of the intraday up auction, which we think is still intact, and we want to monitor this area in here right around 12 to see if the market can get up above here overnight. If not, it's likely to come back down and test the support area here. So this is just kind of an area of containment for the time being. Any questions or comments, don't hesitate in getting a hold of us. info@eminidaytrader.com. Always enjoy hearing your questions and comments. So that'll be it for today. Thanks for watching the video, and we'll see you again tomorrow.